time and things just didn't work. That can often happen in pressure situations. They'll all go away and learn from it, but the bottom line is you can't take anything away from the persistence and the professionalism of the Australian team. They absolutely gutted them.
Well, there's that World Cup that, of course, comes to Australia now, and last time we won, only time we've won it was in the 7 Cups until today, was in 1987 under Alan Border. It comes to Australia the second time Australia's won it. The West Indies have won it twice, and no one else has won it twice. I guess, look at Wasim there and the boys, they go back home, and we have to mention the fact they're going back with a report on the match fixing, so it won't be too pleasant for someone. We'll get that report from the High Court. But probably Steve Waugh explaining that they had a lot of celebration to do back in the dressing room, and apologising for maybe being a bit late. But it's a great moment, and there they are, the two sides in the final. And no one can hold his head proud of him, Steve Waugh.
He's been absolutely wonderful. Everything he's done through this tournament under a lot of pressure at times, off the field and on the field. The century against South Africa was just simply sensational to get us into the semi, and then another half century. Wasn't required today. He'll be pleased about that. The others, really pulled their weight and sent Australia home.
All right, we'll go live as the second that they're ready for us. Here we go, Ian Chappell.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance today at the 1999 World Cup final. And I'd also like to thank you for the orderly way in which you've conducted yourselves today. The World Cup final presentation. Firstly, I'd like to introduce the presentation party. We have the President of the ICC, Mr. Jagmohan Dalmia, the Chairman of the England and Wales Cricket Board, Lord Maclaurin, and the President of the MCC, Tony Lewis. Firstly, I'd like to call on Tony Lewis to present to the match officials a medallion. And I would call up the match officials. Ranjan Madagali, the referee from Sri Lanka. Umpires, David Shepherd from England and Steve Bucknor from the West Indies. The third umpire, Srinivas Venkatragavan from India. And the reserve umpire, Roy Palmer of England. Now I'd like to call upon the captain of Pakistan, Wasim Akram, to come forward, please, and receive a cheque for $150,000 from Tony Lewis and also his medallion. Wasim, bad luck.
Yeah, today I think I'm a satisfied man because we got beaten by a better side. And I would like to thank the people back home in Pakistan. They have been amazing, and especially support we got here in England. Without the support, we wouldn't have been here where we are today. And in the end, I would like to thank the whole Pakistan team. The way they fought all the way, I think qualifying for the final was a great achievement by the whole side. And the team management, Dr. Zafar Altaf and our chairman, Khalid Amoon. And I would like to thank everyone who have been helping me and the whole side for the last month or two.
I guess the one thing you want to do in a final is play at your best as a team. I guess a little disappointing that you didn't perform better.
Yeah, it's disappointing. The game was disappointing, but like I said, we got beaten by a better side today, and they showed all the way from last 6-7 games they were consistent enough, and all credit goes to Steve Waugh and his side.
I guess the encouraging thing for Pakistan, you've got a lot of very good young cricketers, and they'll go on to get better.
Yeah, that's a satisfied moment for me, that the whole youngsters we have, they're mentally very tough. They've been through a lot, and credit goes to them and my senior players who have been backing me up for the last 6 months. So I'm satisfied, man. And
you've enjoyed the captaincy role? You want to go on with that a bit longer?
Absolutely. That's what I'm going to have to think a little more, because I think I achieved whatever I wanted to. And I would like to thank everyone, the people who have been supporting me, my family, my wife, and everybody.
Okay, congratulations on the way you've performed in the tournament. Well done.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Righto, now I'm going to call upon the rest of the Pakistan team to come forward and accept their medal. We have Moin Khan, the wicketkeeper, Salim Malik, Ijaz Ahmed, Waqar Yunus, Saeed Anwar, Mushtaq Ahmed, Inzamam Al-Haq, Saqlain Mushtaq, Shahid Afridi, Azza Mahmood, Abdul Razak, Yusuf Yohana, Shoaib Akhtar, and finally Wajahatullah Wasti. Now I'd like to ask Lord Maclaurin, the chairman of the ECB, to present the Daewoo Man of the Match medallion and a magnum of champagne, and it goes to Shane Warne. Shane, congratulations on another marvellous performance.
Yeah, obviously it's. I woke up this morning and wanted to make amends for the last World Cup final, and I suppose to win it today, all the boys did well, and I suppose they come out all right too. It was a good feeling. You saved your best for last. The last two performances, man of the match jobs. That must be pleasing. Yeah, well, I thought I've been bowling pretty well throughout the whole tournament. A couple of off days, but I think it's just the nature of the game. And the last couple of games, I think the ball's come out pretty well, and I suppose there must have been something in it. A couple of big games sort of brought out the best in me, and yeah, it was something we'll always remember. They really seemed to fizz today as well. Yeah, I'll thank the curator for the wicket. It looked like a good wicket and it turned, and I think, you know, this whole World Cup is definitely something to remember, and everyone, the support has been fantastic through some tough times over the last few months, and it's been well appreciated. Just a couple of signs, I thought, today that you were convinced that it's pretty well back as well. That correct? Yeah, there's a few times there I tried a couple of things and it all worked, and you know, I went wide of the crease a few times and tried a few wrong-uns and a few flippers, and that happened, and I suppose it was something I'll never forget because it all went our way, and you know, the boys have been fantastic through everything, and it's just been a great tournament. Congratulations on another great effort. Thanks very much, Ian. Rightio, now we have the player of the tournament, the Daewoo player of the tournament, and Ian Maclaurin is going to make the medallion presentation plus the symbolic keys to the player of the tournament. And winning the Daewoo Musso is Lance Klusener of South Africa. Lance, congratulations on a marvellous tournament.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you.
You've given the crowds great excitement and entertainment. You enjoyed it yourself?
Yeah, it's been good. I think it suited me to be too hard, lower down in the order, much easier. But yeah, it's been good and we've had a great time. Thank you very much.
I guess the car makes up for a little bit of the disappointment of missing out on the final?
Well, I don't know. It's a huge disappointment, but yeah, thanks very much. Cheers.
And you've had a few days to think about that, the last 4 run out. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's always, you know, we'd win a lot of games if we could bat in hindsight. So, you know, we'll get by. Thanks. Yeah.
And for South Africa, a pretty good tournament. Reasonably happy with the way things went?
Yeah, I think we played really good cricket, and, you know, just unfortunate that just probably wasn't meant to be.
All right. Well, enjoy the car, and congratulations on a great tournament.
Thanks once again. Thank you.
Congratulations there to Lance Klusener. Now I'd like to call upon the members of the Australian team, starting with Michael Bevan. Ian Maclaurin will present the medallions. Damien Fleming. Paul Rifle. Shane Warne. Mark Waugh. Shane Lee. Brendan Julian. Tom Moody. Darren Lehman. Glenn McGrath. Adam Gilchrist, Adam Dale, Ricky Ponting, Damien Martin, and finally the skipper, Steve Waugh, who will also receive a cheque for $300,000 US from Ian McLaren. Steve, congratulations. You must be a very proud man.
Great performance. We saved our best for last. I wasn't quite sure whether we could pick ourselves up after those last two games, but all the guys dug deep. We executed the plan magnificent, and all the guys really wanted it today.
Was there some time during the tournament where you thought you were destined to win it, the way things went?
Well, we had to do it tough all the way. I guess the semi-final was probably a defining moment when we got out of that game, and things, I guess, do go in your favour, and that was probably one of those moments. But you still got to make it happen, and the way we played today was just great.
And I guess it's nice to get a bit of help from your brother. That first catch really got the team going.
Yeah, we've talked about taking half chances, which we hadn't done most of the tournament. But today we pulled them off. You know, we hit the stumps, we took some great catches, and that was what it was all about.
You've said all along that you've got a little bit more there. You haven't played at your best. I think today you must have come pretty close.
Yeah, that was certainly the closest we got to it. I thought our bowling was great, our fielding magnificent, and our batting was really positive under pressure situations. So today was as close as we get to getting it right.
And good pitch. I mean, suited Australians, a bit of bounce there. It looked like a pretty good track.
Yeah, I think it was probably a 260 sort of wicket. So having bowled Pakistan out so cheaply, we really should have won it comfortably, which we did. But yeah, it was a great performance with the ball. And Glenn McGrath, I guess your two big match players with the ball, Glenn McGrath and Shane Warne, did a terrific job. Yeah, they certainly bowled superbly, but you can't take anything away from guys like Paul Rifle and Tom Moody, Damien Fleming. I thought they were great today as well. And yeah, they probably don't quite get the credit the top line bowlers do, but it really was a great team effort.
All right. Congratulations, Steve, on a marvellous performance.
Thanks, Ian. Thank you.
Now I'd like to call upon Jagmohan Dalmir, the president of the ICC, and ask him to present the World Cup to Steve Waugh. Steve Waugh to receive the trophy.
Well, there you are. We're still live there. That's what it's been all about. It's just after 2 o'clock in the eastern side of Australia, but worth waiting up for, Simon.
Oh, certainly worth waiting for. That's magnificent. And